Hey guys, this is Cookie, and this is just a quick profile on my pure chance deck. One that is purely based around toss of a coin or a roll of a dice. It is incredibly fun to win and lose, because you either win massively or you lose dramatically. One of the two. So to begin, we have a roller dice kind of thing, Snipe Hunter. Roller dice, target one card on the field, roll 6-sided dice. If you roll anything but a 1 or 6, it is destroyed. Really quite fun. Occasionally, if it doesn't hit a 1 or 6, you are pretty soft because he's only 1500 beta. You do need to discard a card, but hey. Secondly, we have Sasuke Samurai number 4. Pretty much chance again, toss a coin. If you call it correctly, it turns into a catastrophe kind of thing. It destroys the monster before damage calculation. Next is a Bear Ushoni. Really good burn card for this kind of deck. Toss a coin, call it right, inflict 1000 damage, call it wrong, you take 1000, so that just makes it a bit more interesting, you take some of the damage. Next is Gambler of Legend. This card I was a bit confused why it wasn't working, but I finally figured it out. Your opponent needs to have a card in their hand and on their field, and you also need at least one card in your hand. So toss a coin, 3 heads, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. 2 heads, discard 1 card from your opponent's hand. 1 head, destroy 1 card you control. And 3 tails, discard your entire hand. So that's why your opponent needs to control a monster, have something in their hand, and you need to have something in hand because this guy's already on the field. Next is Dice Jar. This is probably the best card, well, most enjoyable card to use in the deck. Both players roll a 6-sided die. The player with the highest number wins. The other person takes the roll times by 500. So say I roll a 5, they roll a 4, they take 5 times 5, which is 2,500. However, if the winner has a 6, the opponent takes 6,000. This was really enjoyable. I lost quite a few games and won quite a few games because it's just all purely chance. It's just really hilarious. And last but not least, the big card of the deck, Time Wizard. Probably the trollsiest card of the deck. You bring him out and yeah, you pop the whole field. Your opponent's hard field. It's a Rageki, essentially. I love bringing him out because he's such a weak card and just clearing the field from all cliff forts. It's clearing the field completely. Usually I'd lose against cliff forts, but hey. Next is Cup of Ace. Another chancey card. Toss a coin. Heads you draw, tails your opponent's draws. Just to add a bit more consistency in a completely inconsistent, pathetic deck, Pot of Duality. Just speed some things up a bit because you really want second coin toss. That's what really brings the trolls along. It allows you to make a second toss. Usually, though, I'd lose after the second toss anyway, but yeah. Paths of Destiny, very trollsy again, mainly burn. Toss a coin, heads you gain, tails you lose, and then your opponent does the same. 2,000 life points. If you get that if your opponent throws the tails on that, and you roll a 6 in this, and your opponent rolls anything but a 6, that's game. I've done that, I think, twice. But yeah, it was really enjoyable to muck around with this deck. This card works well with Dice Jar. It is that 6. Pretty much, you can force a 6. So, if you roll a 2, 4, or 6, you can make it a 1. However, with this card, you really want to roll anything but 2, 4, 6. So, 1, 3, or 5, you can make it a 6, which means you just burn for 6k instantly, unless your opponent also rolls 6. A bad reaction to Simochi. This works quite well with Paths of Destiny. Pretty much they can never win. It was more of a last minute chuck-in, just to speed things up. However, even without it, this deck was incredibly fun. I think I had a Call of the Haunted or something instead, just to bring back Dice Jar, just full of trolls. I couldn't reuse his effect, but yeah, just having him on the field was fun enough. Next is Gravity Bind. Because all these guys are level 4 or lower, they have pretty weak attacks, so I didn't want anything too big to just stump my plays by being able to attack over my massive Time Wizard. So this just slows down my opponent. Easily to get around because they can just XE into a better monster, but yeah. And last but not least, Lucky Chance. This works well with the Bull, is what I kept on calling him in the games, but the Bull, you toss a coin, so therefore you toss a coin, you call heads, you also call heads here, or tails if you want. So if you call tails here and heads here, you win or win. Because heads, your opponent will burn, tails you'll burn, but you get a free draw. I generally called the same just so then I could win big. And finally for the extra deck, I didn't really use it, but Crazy Box, why not? It's very chancy, roll a dice, you have more of a chance of hurting yourself than your opponent. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was an incredibly fun deck to play with on DevPro. And yeah, so many people rage quit once they burnt them for 6k because they just couldn't handle it. It's just so much fun, super inconsistent, fun to lose, fun to win. Hopefully you enjoyed. Have a nice day.